Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at the interest rates before the open of the market. Just 1 minute, please. So let's see what do we have in our economic calendar for today. As we all know, today will be a very important event. We have the interest rate decision from the ECB, and on the other hand, we have also the GDP data from the US. The main focus for today was the part related with the European Central Bank. As you may see, the beginning of the day was very soft. We didn't have very important economic events. The most important events are concentrated on the second part of the day that is related with the beginning of the US trading session. 15 minutes after the opening of the US trading session, we have the ECB interest rate decision. We will see ECB rate on the facility and also ECB on main financial refinancing operation. So this is very important, both of these, but the ECB rate on main refinancing operation is more important considering that this is also related with lending process. What is very important during today is related with the fact that the market is not expected a increase. We saw Bank of Australia that begin the first this process, the Bank of New Zealand. So all the central banks are taking further steps in order not to increase the interest rates and to see the market impact. It's expected the same thing also today. So if they are not going to increase the interest rates, and this is something that probably the market already anticipated, it can be priced in advance, or probably we may see small moves related with the euro currency pairs. Uh, we have to be careful only with the part that is related with the ECB press conference where the President Lagarde will discuss about future economic projections. So this is going to be very important and it will be 30 minutes later after the ECB interest rate decision. So I wouldn't pay close attention to this part more than the press conference. So this is how it works out most of the time because this is the moment when they create the big mess. On the other hand, we have also very important data from the US. Thank you to everyone that is joining right now. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining. What is also very important, just 1 moment. Also, what is very important from the US part is that we have very important data. We have continuing jobless claims here. I don't see this as a very important indicator. However, we have the durable goods orders. This is very important. It is with orange. So it's medium important, but this is important. We have gross domestic product. This is annualized quarterly, a very important indicator for the economy. We can see that during the previous time it was 2.1% and it is expected to be 4.2%. Also, gross domestic product price index is preliminary figures again. It was 1.7% and it is expected 2.5%. This is very important where the market is focused related with the US dollar. The US economy is already performing very well during this period of time, and this is very, very important that we should know. So the odds are very high that we may see GDP coming out higher than expected. So probably it may not be 4.2 as the market is already anticipating, but it is likely that it can come higher than 2.1 and higher than 1.7. In both of these scenarios, we should see a stronger US dollar. However, related with this topic, also the market is anticipating the fact that probably the Fed is going to increase the interest rates, considering that this may create a type of pressure on the inflation rate. However, exists also a second possibility. The US economy is already doing very well for a long period of time, so I don't see any reason why they should increase the interest rates. However, exists also the possibility that probably the Fed is going to increase the amount of time where they are not going to decrease the interest rates, and in this way they are going to support the economy in order to slow down the inflation rate. So as long as Powell didn't increase the interest rates during the previous time, I don't think that they are going to increase the interest rates further. So this is very important that we should know. Overall, we may anticipate a bullish move on the US related pairs. However, we have to be very careful also with this topic, in my opinion, because it is not that easy. All the market already observed that the US is performing very well, so it can be priced in as a movement, and we may find ourselves in troubles if we are going to trade during the news events. In my opinion, sometimes it is better if you are going to stay away from this big news. And mainly today, we have two big news that are coming. One is the interest rate decision from the ECB. Another one is the GDP data from the US. So both very strong indicators that are showing the development of the economies. So let's see what do we have else. We have also a speech from Fed's Waller. It should not be important and pending home sales. What is very important will be this part here with natural gas storage. It will move the market related with natural gas. And for the rest of the day, I don't see anything interesting at all. So this is what we have to focus. So let's see what we have also from a technical perspective and what we may face today. So it is better if we are going to trade, or probably we should not take any decision to trade. So I'm going to break down the first one, the dollar index. We have seen this several times, but it keeps taking different shapes during these moments. Thank you so much to everyone of you that is joining. Thank you, LA Games, Bruce Stevens. Thank you, Kadir. Thank you so much, guys. Uh, Opinion on USD GPY short is 127.80. Let's see one at a time. Thank you so much. The first one that we are going to look at is the dollar index. We have seen this also before. On a daily chart, we can see that the price is already holding very strong above 105.5, 106. We have a large correction at this moment. If we are going to move on a 4-hour time frame, what is very important is that after the price broke out from this wedge pattern that I have explained also during the previous time, we can see that it is taking already different shapes. So it moves up and down. During the previous week, the price already created a bearish breakout from the structure, and we saw another invalidation. This is showing that the market is not ready for weaker US dollar. This is related with the fact that the Eurozone is not doing very well, and on the other hand, we have also the conflict between Israel and Palestine that is not taking any direction further. And I hope we will solve that conflict because it is not good for anyone. It is very sad to see the countries in war during these moments. However, the conflict is already supporting a stronger US dollar, considering that the USD is already a safe haven currency. From this perspective, this is getting more complex. Related with the dollar index, we may see that we have another wedge pattern, and this is suggesting that probably we may see the USD getting stronger. However, I don't want to anticipate this bullish movement. It will not happen from the GDP data today because it is not that important in order to create this bullish move. If that is going to happen, probably may happen something related with the war, but it will not be related with economic indicators at this moment because the focus is only on the war front. What we can face, considering that the market is already doing ups and downs, I think that we may have also a possible scenario that we may see the dollar index to bounce up to the structure and probably later it can create a false move and it can move down. In this way, we are going to have a bigger corrective pattern because the market is not ready yet to take further directions. So this is for the dollar index. It's very risky at this moment. It is not clear where the market may go next. However, let's see what we have also on the other currency pairs related with euro and USD. One of the guys already asked about USDM. I had this on my economy calendar. I was going to check this out. Just one moment, please. So for USDN, during the previous time that we have discussed this, the price was taking this shape. This is what we were looking for. We had the Bank of Japan that, let's say, cheated the market twice, not only once. The first time was close to 145. They didn't take further steps here when the price reached 145. Also, the movement that was created when the market reached this point was created from a big sell-off of the market. It was not an intervention from Bank of Japan. You can understand this very easily because these candles are not aggressive. We don't have any shadow here. They are very small candles. Normal price development spot. Price was taking shape here. So we have normal sell-off on USD. Later, when the price already reached 150, we saw the Bank of Japan to join the market. They made it clear that 150 was the ceiling for USDN, and probably they were going to join again. As it seems, they didn't continue this sell-off on the USDN, considering that this is the only currency pair that they are already looking at for the moment. They are not observing at all the other currency pairs. And 150 was invalidated yesterday. It was a real surprise considering that they came out with different statements. They came out with different messages that we are monitoring 150. We may see that the price already reacted several times after the first reaction. So we may see sell-off 100 pips approximately. So other sell-offs, but as it seems they were moves from the market. This was a 40 pips down. The next movement was also aggressive, 63, 65 pips down. And yesterday also this movement was a real surprise. During the morning, the market speculated about this topic that probably it was the Bank of Japan that made this joke here. The price moved down from top to bottom approximately 100 pips, as you can see, but it is not clear at all what may happen because the Bank of Japan didn't do anything yet. They are not doing anything. The price is still above 150, and I think that we should be very careful because this can open the door for more upside at this moment. Only if the Bank of Japan is going to make any surprise and we may see a big dump, it can happen. However, at this moment is very risky both moves, the bullish side and the bearish side, in my opinion. So I would like to stay away from USDM for the moment, invalidate this pattern. Probably we may see USDN also testing the top of the structure 151.80, and it can be possible that the Bank of Japan may react here again. I don't know why they are not taking further steps. And what is very important, in my opinion, is that during the previous times, they didn't do anything. All the countries increased the interest rates. So probably we have to change our opinion about the Bank of Japan. All the countries increased the interest rates. On the other hand, the Bank of Japan didn't do anything at all to stop the yen depreciation. At this moment, all the other banks already stopped hiking the interest rates. So at this moment, the Bank of Japan is not joining the market again in order to change the yield curve. So it could be possible that the Bank of Japan will not do anything at all. Uh, is the only way that we may see at this moment, considering that they are not taking further actions at all. When the other countries will be the interest rates, probably all these currencies that are already overvalued, it can be a high probability that from the decrease that they will do with the interest rates, we may see all the yen pairs moving down and only yen will be strong. So I think is the only reason why the Japanese yen can be strong during the coming months because I'm not finding anything interesting at all in all of this mess that they are doing. So as long as they didn't react previously, they are not reacting right now when everyone is holding the interest rates. So it's not changing. We may see that they will change the interest rates later. So it is not making sense how they are not reacting to these moves. So better be careful, better stay away. It can be also the trade of the year when they will join the market, but I don't think that they will take these steps in this situation. It is not making sense, in my opinion. Thank you to everyone that is joining. Bruce Stevens is writing Japan currency isn't doing very well. Yes, it is not doing at all. And it is really sad to see this currency that is also a safe haven currency to be punished in this way. I don't know why. Nowadays, these currency are a blur because of high inflation. I don't think that it is related with the inflation because the high inflation was higher in other countries. We can see also that we have the British pound already that is stronger than the yen, but on the other hand, they have a higher inflation and they are not getting stable like the other countries. So I don't think that it is that easy, all this topic. So let's see what may happen with the other currencies. We have also other currencies that we have to focus. Euro USD is the next one that I'm looking at. On a weekly chart, we have seen this also before. Let me make this a bit clearer so far. Thank you so much for joining. On a weekly time frame, we may see that the price already is testing a very strong area on the left side. We have very strong price levels 1.0350, 1.05, 1.0450. So all of this is a very strong area. During the previous time when the price reached 1.0450 approximately, we saw this fast bullish reaction. Overall, the price is already moving within this area. Just a minute to make this more visible. For Euro USD, we can see this weekly zone. The price is moving within this trading range on a weekly time frame, and all of this is approximately in normal conditions. Say this is moving between 100 and 100 and 130, and from bottom to top, this is a 250 pips move. In my opinion, we have to be very careful with Euro USD. On a daily time frame, we have seen also during the previous time that we had this type of pattern moving down, and it was suggesting for possible bullish move. The price already reached two of our old targets that we had from the previous times. But in the current conditions, this is getting more complex. So what we have to be careful with Euro USD today, considering that we have also renewals, is the fact that we have a type of a flag pattern, and this is showing the probability for a bearish movement so far. That is why we have to be very careful. So here we have the breakout, and this is already suggesting that probably we may see the price moving down further. So it can open the doors for more downside on Euro USD. I would like to be very careful considering that European Central Bank is supposed to hold the interest rates this time. It is normal that the market will react against the against Euro. We may see bearish movement, and on the other hand, this can also be supported from a stronger GDP data from the US. So this is double increasing the chances for a bearish move. However, what I think that we have to be careful is that the price already proved that 100.0450 was very strong, and we can also be in this type of movement, and the price may bounce again. So this is the only thing that we have to be careful. We have seen that Euro USD doesn't perform very well. It has, in my opinion, a strange way of doing the things. They are It tends to create large corrections. Also, DXY stopped in the previous zone that I'm looking at. So we can be also in this scenario. If this is going to happen for the dollar index, we may see the same thing for Euro USD. So probably the price may find a very strong support close to 1.04, 1.0460. So this is very important. We have to be careful. It can be possible also in a false breakout, and it may increase later or probably tomorrow. We have seen this type of false breakout several times, and that is why I think that we have to be careful, and it is better to stay away from the market. Just 1 minute to read the comments. Yes, I'm going to check also about the GBP. So be careful, the market is anticipating a pause on the interest rate from the ECB and higher GDP numbers. However, we have to be careful here. The next one that we are going to look at is GBP USD. I shared this analysis today morning. It has two possible trading scenarios. I think that we should be very careful with this one. It is not one of my favorite. GBP USD, it works out in a very strange way, like Euro USD. Since when the price broke out from this pattern that I have shared also before, this was the pattern. It was confirmed and later it moved down. It was created previously, and we may see that we had also other moves that were created on GBP USD. So this is what we are looking at. So we have to be very careful in the current conditions. The price is close to a very strong weekly zone. This is the weekly zone that we are going to look at on a daily chart and on a weekly chart. It was very important also during the previous months. This is dating back on November 2022. We have to be very careful from this area. On this small pattern, this is suggesting that probably we may see a bigger bearish move. Just let's see what it was showing during the morning. Considering that we have also the GDP data, all of this can be very, very complex. So the first scenario that we may face is that the price can come close to the support zone where it is right now. This is a key support zone, and it can bounce the price up in any type of speculation. In this way, if this is going to happen, it is likely that the price may create any type of channel pattern. It can be possible if this is going to happen, so we may see something bigger. And on the other hand, we may see a breakout from 1.2040 and it may continue moving down further. I would say it is better if you stay away from GBP USD as well, considering that I have seen that everyone is focused on the GBP USD. But the problem with this is that this is waiting only for the news. So during the news, it can create only any type of movement. It can be also a false breakout and it may increase, or probably it may create breakout and it may continue down. I don't have high hopes for the bullish move. However, this hesitation that the market is already showing at this point, it is clear that the bulls and the bears are in balance at this point, and it will be a very strong area, in my opinion. We don't have any clear, also on the lower time frame, nothing at all. Probably, if the market will create something today, after the breakout, if the GDP data are going to come better than expected, probably we may see the price moving down during the coming days. However, I would like to focus also on the previous moments that we had very important data also before, and the price didn't manage to break through this zone. So this is another problem that I see for a bearish continuation movement on GBP USD. However, if this is going further, we are going to be on a bearish pattern here. We can be in a type of triangular pattern. The chances will get higher that we may see the price coming down to 1.18. So this is going to be the final target for the movement that I'm looking at. So let's see what is going to happen. Very risky on both sides. So we have just to take a position, or it is better if you stay away from the market, as I would like to do at this moment. We have questions. Could Bank of Japan intervene in today's news? I don't know. They didn't say anything at all. They didn't share anything. There is nothing from the Bank of Japan. If they were going to intervene, probably the price should have been in this situation because the Japanese yen is in a very strange situation so far. The next trade that I was going to share for today, and this is going also to be the last one. During the previous time, we have seen gold perform very well. This is the analysis that I have shared with you about gold. It was supported from the war event. We can see that after the price tested 1910 in this area, as I already described in this post, we are waiting for the price to test both of these zones here. So far, both targets were reached. We may see that we have a pause in this direction. I still think that gold should continue to grow further. The ceiling is not where the price is so far. So in my opinion, it should continue to grow more. On the daily chart, the price is showing a small hesitation in order to break through 2000. The problem with the 2000 price is that this is going to be a very strong psychological price zone and it is not related with anything in particular. That is why everything below 2000 can push the price down for correction or for a bigger movement, it doesn't matter. And everything above 2000 will expose the price to the top where the price was before, close to 2060. So this is overall what the market is waiting. I'm looking at for a possible bullish continuation movement. What is important for today is that we have to be also careful from the GDP data. The price is showing a minor bearish reaction so far. That is why we have to be careful. Even if the market will speculate and it can push the price a bit down, I think that it will be only a possible on pullback, considering that the current topic related with the war is still very hot. We don't have anything clear at all what is going to happen or how the conflict may escalate, and it will push the price up uh, even more aggressive, in my opinion. So everything will be a buy on pullback. The problem is that so far the price is only in correction. Here we can take advantage only from the small moves up and downs. We can see small moves here. Probably the GDP can push the price down. I don't have any idea about the type of correction that it can do or how deep it can move down, but it can create movement. Yesterday we saw this move that was related with the Bank of Canada. So probably we may see any type of similar uh, candle, and later we may see any bullish movement close to the top, 1990 approximately. This is also related with gold. So just pay close attention to the data that we have today. As you may see, the market is already reacting. Gold is moving a bit down, supporting the idea that we may have strong GDP numbers. And Euro USD is moving a bit down. This is moving slightly down here, not big numbers. It is waiting for ECB and also for European for the GDP data from the US. So not a clear situation with Euro USD, GBP USD. Gold is a bit different in my opinion. USD yen is in the middle of something that I'm not understanding at all. So just be careful. We may see ups and downs. However, it is all related with the Bank of Japan so far. It is not related from the market participants, all the moves. Davis is asking which indicator is that you are using. I'm not using any indicators. This is only price action, clear price action analysis. So let's see what is going to happen with all of this. I wanted to share with you also a possible movement, what may happen with US 500 that we have seen also during the previous times. This is a structure analysis that I have published at the end of September, as I see, September 27th. When the price began this movement, it began in a very strange way because we saw a bearish wave. We saw the price growing further, and at that moment it was a bit unclear because it was showing like a possible double top before the price was going to move down further. However, the war situation created this move, and this is very, very clear. On the current time frame that we are looking at on the daily chart, yesterday the price created this breakout, this small structure, and this is already suggesting that we may see US 500 moving down further from the current price zone. However, we have to be careful. Related with GDP data, it will be a bit difficult to anticipate this move, considering that GDP is related with the economic performance. It is not related only with the USD. We are talking about the strength of the US. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised with strong numbers. We may see the price rising again, and probably it can move down later. However, in the current conditions, the price is below the structure and it may continue for the next target that we have since a long period of time. So it can be possible that very soon we may see US 500 coming close to 1060 as the next important target. So that's all for today. I will try to make other live streams during the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Thank you so much to everyone for joining. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It will help a lot the channel. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you all on the next live stream. Bye bye.